Bay Area this week. You all have been fantastic. If you'd like to say a few words.
Certainly very appreciative of the Outback Bowl, Mr. McVeigh and the committee for extending the opportunity for us to be here. It was a tremendous week for us and our players and our families. One of the best bowl schedules and setups we've been around in terms of time for preparation and time for activities and things for our players to do. So certainly thank you for that opportunity, and it was awesome for our guys. For today, certainly want to extend congratulations to Coach Ferentz, his staff, and his program. Very hard-fought game against an excellent opponent, and from our perspective, there was just too many things and too many missed opportunities throughout the course of the game that we didn't capitalize on. Too many penalties. I believe it was 8 for us, and second time this year that the opposition didn't have one called on them. But that didn't have a factor on the game. Can't turn the ball over, can't give up explosive plays. Got to score touchdowns and can't have penalties take plays off the board. So certainly, it's my responsibility to make sure that those things get corrected and they're right moving forward. Very appreciative of our seniors who decided to play in this game, and Jeffrey Simmons, who declared for the draft. And a credit to them for today and their entire season and everything that they've done for Mississippi State throughout their careers. So kids fought their tail off, and ultimately we didn't do a good enough job coaching them and putting them in position to be successful. And certainly, when the opportunities were there for us to make plays, during the whistles and between the whistles, we certainly didn't do enough to earn the right to win. Any questions?
Coach, you talk about missed opportunities, the 2 field goals instead of touchdowns at the beginning, that big?
Yeah, certainly that's something. The penalty, the hold penalty that took the score position away right before the half, and then a couple times down in there, having to sell for 3 instead of 7 in a tight game like this, and you're chasing points. That makes a bunch of difference, particularly down there at the end of the game.
You had the ball first and goal at 1 and 3 straight quarterback runs. Is that what you're in that situation?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're bringing 7 to 8 people on the blitz, and there's not many things that you can dial up to kind of free someone up and get an extra guy. So quarterback run is part of the plan that we had, and anticipating the defense that we saw, and actually we had an option of whether to run it, hand it off, or run it or throw it on all those ones, and the read all dictated that he ran it. But they had all the interior gaps, plus people off the edge, plus another guy on top of that. So there's only so many things you can do running the ball, have an opportunity down there.
The ball bouncing off of Guidry's hands in the end zone. Did he say anything as missing the ball and things? Did he come back with any explanation?
Yeah, I didn't. I was communicating with the guys up top about the series, but certainly that's not the only reason. He made some big plays throughout the game, but you could point back to a bunch of things throughout the course of the game that could have changed or dictated the outcome. And that was a huge momentum swing there. You don't score a touchdown and get 3 on the board and you're up there. And instead of that, you're taking points off the board for you, and I believe they drove down and scored a field goal on that drive. So it was definitely a momentum shift.
You mentioned missed opportunities. It seemed like every penalty came at a huge opportunity.
Inopportune time.
Yeah, I mean, it was only 8 of them, but it feel like those 8 penalties had a outsized impact on the game, given in the number of them.
Yeah, I think more than anything, a cumulative effect. Had the long run call back for the offensive face mask. First and goal at the 1, call back for a hold. So, a lot of them not just were negative yardage, but yards from the result of what the play was, and a lot of those were positive.
What happened with Colin on the sideline? Did he actually lose consciousness?
No,
So
not that I saw it. He went through protocol with he was checked out by our trainers, so he was clear to go back.
What did you see on the long pass play that easily, that was the longest play you guys have been up this year? What happened there?
A little communication issue on the back end relative to what coverage we were in.
Coach, did Iowa do anything different on offense and defense that you didn't expect?
I mean, there were some tweaks. I don't think anything major on either side of the ball, but certainly when you have this much time to game plan, there's not going to be wholesale changes, but there are going to be things you bring into the game plan that are a little bit different than you've done throughout the year. But I'd say for the most part, it was pretty steady.
Coach, you talk about that. Is that a help or a hindrance having that much time?
Sir,
Is that a help or a hindrance having that much time?
I think it's a help. Just from a developmental standpoint, where you get your guys, your young guys work early on in preparation, and then you get. Move ahead and get into the opponent preparation. So I think it's good to get all those extra practices, 1 for development and 2 for preparation.
You finished your first year 8-5. How do you feel about that? Is that what you thought?
I'd feel a lot better if it was 9-4 after today, but, you know, you look at the games, you know, we lost, they're all quality opponents, you know, we had opportunities in all of them, and, you know, they've come out on top for different reasons. You know, but ultimately, you know, won't be satisfied until you're 14-0, and, you know, we finished regular season 8-4, won the Egg Bowl, you know, had an opportunity to win our ninth game in the, you know, in the bowl game, and, you know, weren't able to finish it off.
But they had trouble running for almost the entire game. What was the game plan put together by Coach Shue?
And I think he did a very good job, you know, in our preparation, you know, kind of having, you know, an idea how we wanted to attack them, trying to gain numbers advantage and point of attack, and certainly our guys executed it and having very good players up front and at the second level.
What do you think of the job Tucker Day did to put field position for you so many times today?
He did, I mean, something we had talked about all year, and looking for him to improve on his kicking, and I thought he'd come out today and probably had his best performance so far.
Were you how were you inspired with the way you used Keaton today at wide out and running back and things like that?
No, I mean, it's just a package, and a lot of that two-quarterback stuff is predicated on what the defense does and kind of their, you know, the static nature of some of the stuff where it gives you an opportunity to kind of put a package together that you know will have an opportunity to be successful. And, you know, we got some, you know, mileage out of it, had an opportunity there on the one that Nick threw in the first half that could have split for a touchdown, but you know, thought that was something that gave us an advantage against what they do schematically.
Losing Smitham in that early in the game, how did that impact your secondary?
Yeah, I mean, on the day we were rotating a lot of people there, and for Mo, who's had a tremendously productive year, and, you know, certainly helps, or certainly hurts from a, you know, from a depth standpoint or rotation standpoint.
Penalties were a common theme in a lot of y'all's losses this year.
Yeah.
How concerning is it that you had over a month to prepare and they still kind of reared their ugly head today?
Anytime you have that number of penalties, I think it is a concern. I don't think it necessarily had much to do with the amount of time that we had to prepare. I mean, you look at the situations, and you know, not many of them were pre-snap penalties that we saw during Kentucky, that were offsides and things of that nature. You know, pass interference, an offensive face mask, a couple holds. You know, those are things that are happening during the course of the play. You know, none of which are acceptable, but are kind of a little bit different than some of the multiple penalty things that we saw earlier in the year that were pre or post snap. The ones that you don't like are the celebration ones, things like that. It was one of those.
How challenging was it to block Epineza, especially off the edge?
He's for 3 years now, or 2, however long it seems like forever. That guy, you know, he's you know, he does an unbelievable job. He has a great, you know, array of pass rush moves. You know, he can beat you with speed, he can beat you with power. He has a good counter underneath. You know, the Nelsons and number 42, they have a very good defensive line.
Where do you expect the most progression between year 1 and year 2?
You know, I think you want to see, you know, an overall progression, maybe not necessarily pick one area. You know, we'll go back when the season ends, we'll watch all the cut-ups in all 3 phases and kind of, you know, do a self-scout on the things we do well and, you know, what we need to improve on, and, you know, how much of that is changed based on our personnel that's returning. You know, ultimately, at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're putting a plan together, you know, that's going to increase your win total on a yearly basis.
Coach, the targeting call happened right in front of you. Up in the press box, it looked like it was very close hairline. Do you think the same thing?
No, I don't know.
What'd you tell your guys going into the half? 'Cause it clearly you guys came out with a lot more energy in the second half.
Yeah, I think we cleaned up, you know, some of the penalty stuff. I said a lot of the, you know, reason, you know, was a lot of self-inflicted, you know, issues, you know, in terms of, you know, the celebration penalty that extended a drought and allowed them to score. You know, some of the fundamental and technique stuff with the holes and other things like that. So we need to get back to playing our brand of football, you know, executing, you know, playing with better precision, and, you know, certainly the special teams playing the interception and be able to build points off of that help.
That's good. That's good. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, Coach State.
Thanks, Coach.